One thing is for certain is that by far, one of the most fan-favorite characters in the Star Wars franchise has got to be Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by Hayden Christensen in the Star Wars prequel trilogy by George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie was a very shaky production. We do know that this movie went through a lot of different changes and adjustments by Disney and Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, who made and initiated all of the reshoots. And on top of all of this, J.J. Abrams originally wanted to use a lot of Colin Trevorrow's ideas from his Duel of the Fates script and his overall idea of that version of Episode 9, while also introducing new ideas and concepts into the mix. Now, when we look at Episode 9, this movie could have been so much more. There's no denying that, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there will agree with me on this, is that The Rise of Skywalker really could have been something very special in comparison to how it is right now. Right now, it seems to be a movie showing us that it had great potential and that there's a lot of missing parts in this movie from point A to point B of the storyline. Now, the thing about Kathleen Kennedy and, of course, the character of Anakin Skywalker is that we were going to get a lot of Anakin scenes initially before the reshoots and the rewrites of this movie, and on top of all of this, we do know that Disney wanted to do this as a way to make the film cater to a general audience more so. So, with that being said, now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with The Rise of Skywalker, they are moving on to their new Star Wars universe, also known as their new Star Wars Expanded Universe, where many fans have been wondering about what could have been before the rewrites and the reshoots of the film by Disney, and what the initial cut of the movie would have been like on the big screen. Now, these changes led to a series of deleted scenes, and that many of the Anakin Skywalker scenes were deleted that were actually portrayed by actor Hayden Christensen. It's noted that both Disney and head of Lucasfilm Kathleen Kennedy did not trust Hayden Christensen with Star Wars for the final chapter of the saga after seeing how the character of Anakin Skywalker turned out during the initial cut of the film and how Hayden Christensen performed for the movie. It's noted that Disney had actually given Hayden Christensen a chance and eventually did not trust his work for the role as Anakin Skywalker just yet for a major Star Wars film that would conclude the Skywalker saga, and figured that it would take the attention away from characters like Rey and Kylo Ren. Additionally, it's noted that now Disney wants Hayden Christensen back for their Disney Plus streaming service for various projects that are in the early development phase, and that they are coming up with a plan to bring him back and to make it up to the fans for not including Hayden as Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 9. It's said that Disney is in full damage control mode, trying to fix their mess with Star Wars and making an attempt to propel the franchise into a successful future. So you could see already as we speak that Disney is really in a phase of desperation. There's no denying this. And the fact that they did not trust Hayden Christensen for the role of Anakin Skywalker, I think is very offensive, not just to Hayden as an actor, but to the character of Anakin Skywalker, right? Now, some of you out there may agree with Disney, and that's fine. You know, a lot of people out there don't necessarily like Hayden Christensen as an actor. I myself personally, I think that the peak of his career, by far one of his greatest movies of all time, in my opinion at least, is a movie called Takers. Now, he's not in it all that much, but he's got some great acting skills in that movie. He's pretty good. So, when we look at everything that has actually happened with The Rise of Skywalker, a very tough production, very shaky production, if you will, during its principal photography stage. A lot of reshoots, a lot of rewrites, a lot of scenes that were deleted. In fact, the original version of this movie was 4 hours and 20-something minutes long in length. That's a lot of scenes that were put to the wayside, and that's a lot of potential of what Disney could have done. In fact, there was going to be a plan where they were going to split the movies into two parts, split this movie into two parts, where one would release in December, the other would release in May of this year, of 2020. That, to me, I think would have been fantastic. I don't care if it broke the trilogy format. I think it would have been amazing to have two parts of the very end of the Skywalker saga, where maybe the first part could have been more oriented with the Skywalkers like Anakin, Luke, and more, and then the second part could have been more geared toward characters like Rey, Kylo, etc. That, to me, I think would have been proper storytelling and would have definitely made up for Rian Johnson's The Last Jedi. That would have been the best way to fulfill the Skywalker saga in its entirety. So, like I said, guys, I mean, everything related to Disney not trusting Anakin Skywalker, portrayed by Hayden Christensen, very unfortunate, and I think it just shows us that Disney is somewhat blind when it comes to Star Wars. Say what you will about the prequels, but Hayden has definitely advanced as an actor. He definitely has improved, and you can see proof of this in his later work. Now, granted, he's not a big actor or anything like that. He doesn't work on a lot of movies, but he definitely has improved over the years. So, with that being said, guys, I would really like to hear what each and every one of you have to say about this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night